It's not the reps you do that count. It's making every fucking rep count that matters. Every day count in your life that matters for a life fulfilled. It's all good, guys. It's coming. There's no fear towards death because we can't control it, for one. And when it does come, the only reason why you have fear is because you didn't do everything you wanted to do in your life. And I'm not talking like right now, I'm okay to die. It's not about checking all the boxes and being a grandfather and doing all, it's not about that. Because that's a luxury. You don't have that right to live that long. All you have is today. That's all you got. Do you make my life do more things? Sure. I love to experience more of this beautiful blessing we have called life. But if I'm not able to move forward anymore, I'm sure as shit not saying, fuck man, I didn't do enough in my time I did have. Hell fucking no. I'm cool with it.
Listen everyone, the time will come when all of us say goodbye. Feel that aching in your heart, leaving you broken inside. But we're never really gone, as long as there's a memory in your mind. So now go do the best things in life. Take a bite of this world while you can. Make the most of the rest of your life. Make a ride of this world while you can. Take the ones you love and hold them close, because there is little time. And don't let it break your heart. I know it feels hopeless sometimes, but they're never really gone, as long as there's a memory in your mind.
I don't know how many times I've tried to start this video for the past month or so, as far as explaining my story, and just this, you know, this whole video is a tribute of me towards Greg. And you know, for me, Greg he has such a huge impact in my life, same like it did in a lot of people. But let's back to 2010. In 2010, I came across a video of Greg Plitt. I believe it was simply shredded.com or something like that. He did like a 5-part series. And I remember seeing the very last video was Keeping the Burn Alive. And he goes on, it's like a 21-minute video. He just goes on, you know, how to tackle the new year. And I remember after seeing that video, I was like, man, like that guy has so much energy. That guy has something that, you know, I want to steal away from him and apply it in my life so I can apply it towards my goals and stuff like that. At the time, I was a sophomore in high school. And, you know, I had just started working out and stuff, and I had no direction, had no guidance. You know, the reason I started working out was pretty much because I wanted to be a professional wrestler. Let's go back to 2010 and stuff. You know, I finished the video of Greg, and I remember the little link, you know, for his website was underneath, and I went to his website, and his website at the time was so different than it is now, you know, in the app and stuff. It was just video after video, so pretty much anytime he uploaded, you know, it would be on top, and it would go like that. And I remember in a week, I pretty much went through all the videos, and I saw and I was hooked. You know, I remember paying my $10 a month, and just feeling this excitement of going to the gym and stuff like that. And you know, I would play it on my phone, try to play on my phone and listen to Greg, you know, at the same time. And you know, then the phone would mess up and stuff, you couldn't hear it. So I was like, man, like if I could only listen to this as music and stuff like that. And as pretty much as the weeks, months, and you know, the years started passing by, you know, I started applying more of the stuff, you know, he would preach about, and I slowly transformed my body. And I remember doing my first competition in 2013. I did the Phil Heath Classic. I was 19 years old, and I did the classic physique. I'm sorry, the physique. It was a team physique, and I placed. I think it was like 10 guys or so, and I placed fourth. And you know, I've never received, you know, a medal and stuff like that. Like, I've always received participation awards from Boys and Girls Club playing baseball, but I sucked at all that. You know, I've never really received, you know, a medal as far as like something you work hard for and stuff and you get rewarded. So even though it was not first place for me, it was fourth place. You know, it was a big medal and I was excited. It was the first annual Phil Heath Classic, and I think I got down to like 4 or 5% body fat, and I had never seen a six-pack on myself. I never seen myself so lean and stuff. And I was like, man, like one day, you know, if I have the opportunity to meet Greg, I got to tell him all about this, of, you know, how I came across his videos and then how I applied everything, you know, all the fundamentals and stuff, and how I got sliced and I did the competition, etc. So, you know, that was in 2013, March of 2013. Then fast forward to November of that same year, I believe it was November 8th of 2013. It was a Friday. I may be wrong, but I know I'm not. I think it was a Friday, November 8th. They were advertising Greg Plitt in Houston at a nutrition depot place, and I remember they were gonna have different bodybuilders and stuff like that. And the main attraction was Greg Plitt. You know, Metrics was gonna be there and stuff like that. So I remember that day I was getting paid and stuff, and I was like, man, like I told, you know, with the person I was with at the time, I told him, hey, what if we just drive to Houston? And at the time where I lived, you know, Houston was about 7 hours. It was about a 7-hour drive. I was like, what if we just, you know, hop into the car and drive, you know, and go meet Greg? And, you know, I'm like, I don't care, 7 hours, meet Greg. And, you know, I know it's going to be an experience. And I remember she saying, oh, we really want to drive 7 hours, you know. I was like, you know, what the fuck, man? Like, I'm getting paid today, you know, let's just drive, whatever, get a hotel, meet Greg, let's see how it goes, you know. So I remember, you know, getting in the car and just driving and stuff and being so excited. It's like, I think I've never been so excited to meet somebody in my life, you know, as far as like this day, you know. So I'm driving, I'm like, man, I'm gonna ask him about this, I'm gonna ask him about this, and, you know, this video, he did this, and, you know, so I remember we arrived, and we arrived pretty early and stuff. So when we got there was pretty much nobody. The vendors were still setting up and stuff like that. And I remember the Metrics girls arrived, and I was like, man, I gotta go ask them, like, you know, when is Greg gonna get here, this and that, because it really didn't say the time that Greg was gonna show up and stuff. So I go out to him, like, hey, you know, like, I'm sorry to bother you guys. And I'm like, do you know what time Greg Plitt is gonna be here and stuff like that? And they're like, oh, he should be here like in an hour or stuff like that. He had some plane troubles or something. He had to sleep in the airport or something like that. And I was like, oh man, like that sucks. I'm like, but is he here? Like, you know, me being selfish, like, I don't care if he hasn't slept or not. Is he here? And like, no, he's in Houston and stuff, but, you know, they're picking him up and stuff. And I was like, okay. So, you know, as this is happening, the vendors are setting up, you know, real quick, and they open the shop and they have like 50% discount on a lot of stuff. So, especially on the Metric stuff. So, you know, Greg Plitt took Metric, you know, was sponsored by Metric. So I wanted to take everything that was Metric. So, you know, I went by and I bought some stuff, creatine, glutamine, and all that stuff. And I remember I had 2 bags, you know, 2 big bags full of like supplements and stuff. And I'm walking outside, and maybe it's about 100 feet away, and I see this dude with the cap, you know, with his jacket on, and you know, his suitcase and the Red Bull. And he's walking, and I was like, I just stopped. Greg is over there, like, fuck, like, I can't believe it, like, Greg is over there. And he's walking, and, you know, he's like, you could tell he was tired and stuff. And I was like, man, like, fuck it, I'm not gonna wait, I'm just gonna go. So I went up to him, and I just stuck out my hand. I'm like, man, I'm sorry, like, I know you're gonna set up, but I just I can't wait. I just want to say it's an honor to meet you, and thank you for everything you've done in my life. He kind of stopped, and he's like, yeah, man, he's like, hold on. And, you know, he was kind of out of it and stuff, and he shook my hand, and I remember he shook my hand, you know, and firm grip. You know, some people shake your hand like a dead fucking fish, and no, this dude was like, you know, everything he preached about, everything he talked about, like, the dude was legit in person. The way he shook your hand, the way he made eye contact with you, everything was, you know, fucking intense. And you he's like, hey man, he's like, give me like 10 minutes, let me go, you know, wash my face and stuff. He's like, I'll be right out. So he goes to the restroom. I'm like, fuck, I'm like a little kid, like fucking jumping and like, yeah, like this and that. And you know, 10 minutes, you know, not even 10 minutes, he comes out and he changed whatever. And it's like, I mean, I don't know how many Red Bulls it took or whatever. But he came out like a whole different person, you know. The dude that I saw kind of, you know, a little bit asleep, he came out, he's like, all right, man. He's like, what's up? And he, you know, shakes my hand again. You know, there was no line, so for him yet. So we just you know, stood there. We just talked. He's like, where you from? And I'm like, I'm, you know, from over here. And he's like, oh, I'm gonna do a public speaking, you know, close to there. I think it's in Laredo. And I was like, oh, Laredo's about 2 hours away from where I live. He's like, hey man, he's like, you should stop by. He's like, it's gonna be in 2 weeks. I believe it was November 22nd when the speaking was gonna happen. And I was like, man, like really, like fuck yeah, like I'll stop by. And he's like, yeah, he's like, just whenever you arrive, just tell him that you're with me, and you know, it shouldn't be a problem. I'm like, fuck man, like you would do that? I'm like, yes, you know. He's like, yeah, go. So you know, we continued talking. We talked about personal stuff, you know, stuff me growing up, dealing with my family and stuff like that, and free supplements he autographed. You know, we took a couple more pictures. He gave us shirts, and it was just an experience that I was like, man, like I can't believe, you know, they say don't meet your heroes because you're probably going to be disappointed. But this was a complete opposite. This was I guess a natural high and excitement after I left. I was like, man, I'm so glad I met him. Like, one day if I ever get to be arrested, or one day if I ever get to do something important in my life and stuff like that, and somebody wants to meet me, I want them leaving with that feeling of saying, man, I'm so glad I met that guy. I'm so glad I came across that person, because that's the person I want to be remembered for. And for me, I've pretty much growing up, I never had a father figure. And I guess that's why I leaned into wrestling and stuff, because I was like, man, like, that's what I want to do. But really, I never had that person that I said, you know what, this person motivates me, you know, to become like this person, or not copy, but emulate as far as the way they carry themselves. Say, you know what, I can steal something from this person, you know, and build myself, you know, into that person I want to be and stuff. So I know I'm taking forever in this video. So fast forward 2 weeks, I arrived in Laredo to the school. I found, you know, the whole information. It was Los Obispos Middle School in Laredo. And I remember arriving, and the lady's like, you know what, this is only for the kids. This is not for the public. So like, no, like, we're with Greg, you know. And I was wearing my metric shirt. And I'm like, we're with Greg. And he's like, oh, then go ahead and come in, you know. And they, I remember the day before they went on Thanksgiving break. So they were, you know, feeding us like turkey and stuff and food. And we're sitting there at the library. He arrives, and, you know, he shakes everybody's hands. He does a couple interviews for the news and stuff. And I go up to him, like, hey, man, I'm like, I made it. He's like, oh, fuck yeah. He's like, I'm glad you made it. I'm like, fuck, you remember? He's like, yeah. He's like, Houston, right? He's like, and he remembered my name. He remembered everything. And for me, that was very special, because somebody who is at the top of the world, somebody who has accomplished so much, for them to just treat you like, you know, not make themselves feel superior. So, you know, I'm too good to, what's your name again? Or for me, that meant the world, because show, you know, how much he actually pays attention to his fans and stuff like that, how much he cared. And that is something that I'm never going to forget, you know, and I'm going to carry for the rest of my life. So later on, I remember he does a whole, you know, thing. He does the exercise for the kids and stuff like that. And, you know, I remember I had to leave early. You know, I saw at least half of the whole stuff that, you know, and I go up to him, you know, before leaving, and I'm like, hey man, like, thank you once again for inviting us, and, you know, kind of letting us say that we're with you and stuff, so we can witness all this. He's like, yeah man, he's like, anytime. He's like, hopefully I'll come back in Texas, and, you know, or you could go up to LA and stuff like that. He's like, I work out at, you know, Miami Fitness, and you can stop by, and you're like, you know, shoot me an email. So I'm like, yeah, of course. I'm like, and I remember, I fucking clearly remember this, and this is why we can't take, when we see people, we can't take it for granted. Like, yeah, I'll see you tomorrow. I'll see. Because you might never fucking see him again. You might never talk to him again, you know? I remember saying, like, yeah, man, I'm like, I'll see you down the road, and, you know, later on, hopefully in the future, we can work out, and we can do this, you know? He's like, yeah, we can do all this. He's like, I have a metaball coming up. He's like, I need fitness model guys. Like, if you want to submit your stuff, he's like, let me see what I can do for you and stuff like that. And I'm like, yeah, man. I'm like, yeah, like, fuck yeah. I have, you know, all these plans. Like, we can do all this. And all that could just fucking disappear, you know. It never happened. I remember he gave me a hug, and I gave him a hug. And I was like, you have no idea. Once again, I'm going to say thank you. And that was the last time I ever saw Greg. That's the last time I ever spoke to Greg. Fast forward to 2015 when he passed away. Man, I remember it really hit me hard. I remember going through Instagram and I saw Steve Cook posted something and it said, rest in peace, Greg. And I was like, man, please let this be a fucking hoax. Like, this is not true. And unfortunately, you know, it was true. But I feel blessed that I had the opportunity to meet him. I feel blessed that I had the privilege to talk to him and express, you know, a lot of people, I know he had a huge following and stuff like that. And a lot of people didn't have the privilege to, you know, go face to face and say, hey man, thank you, you know, and just be able to meet this dude, because this dude was one of a kind. And I tell you, man, this is a guy that what you saw is what you got, you know, as real as it gets. And that's why I made this tribute video. And I was waiting pretty much this past 4 years that I had the opportunity to go to California, to Burbank, and visit the railroad tracks where he passed away. And, you know, just being there is, you know, I was like, man, like, I can't believe, like, this shit fucking happened. Like, how, why, you know? Like, I thought Greg was fucking gonna outlive me. I thought Greg was gonna live to 100. I was like, man, he has so much to fucking do. He has so much to accomplish. He has so many lives to change. But it teaches us a valuable lesson, you know, pretty much. And anytime anybody dies, it kind of, you know, reality sits in and stuff. And you're like, you know what, we're really not here forever. We're here on borrowed time. We're here. You know, I don't know how much time I had to live. I don't know how much my parents have to live, my grandparents. But it's pretty much anytime I'm with him, anytime I enjoy the fuck out of him, man. Like, I hug him and, you know, try to live in the moment as much as I can, because you never know when it's going to be the last one. And sometimes we get caught up in the shit fucking at work, and, you know, we're trying to make a career, we're trying to do this, we're trying to do that, and, you know, we have to look this certain way. And I understand that there's certain disciplines, certain things that you have to accomplish, but sometimes it's better just to take a step back and say, you know what, fuck, I'm so grateful for everything I have. I'm so grateful for the person I'm with. I'm so grateful for the mom I have. I'm so grateful for the job I have, even though sometimes it sucks. At least it provides for what I have, you know. We should be more grateful than bitching and complaining about stuff in life, because normally if you think about it, you wake up and, fuck, I'm late, you know, I gotta do this, I gotta go today. You really don't have to fucking do none of that, you know. But, well, you do and you don't. But what I'm saying is, don't fucking look at life like that, you know? Because when something's taken away, or when somebody's gone, and you're like, fuck, man, if I could only have him one more time. If I could only have my dog one more time and hug him or walk him. It's like, no, motherfucker, what about when you had him? What about all the fucking times, all the opportunities you had him to hug him, to say I love you, to this? Why couldn't you take advantage of that? Now when it's fucking taken away from you, all of a sudden you say, fuck, you know, I wish I had it. If I only had it, no. Same thing with fucking, like, opportunities people give to you and stuff like that, you know. Preparation is the only fucking thing I've learned from firsthand. Fucking, if you go to a fucking endeavor or something and you're unprepared, then prepare to fucking fail, because, you know, preparation is the only thing we can be sure of going into something, how successful we're going to be. So, man, like, I know this is a long video, and maybe some people saw the whole video, some people, but whoever saw the video, thank you for listening to everything I had to say. Greg, wherever you're at, man, I love you, man, and thank you for everything. To Greg Sr., I know we stay in touch back and forth. Greg's dad, tremendous person, you know, the most respect for you and your son and your family, and you know, I said, you know, my experience I had, and just want, I guess, you know, fuck, enjoy every day, man. Enjoy your loved ones, enjoy everything you have. And you know, as cliche as some people say, oh yeah, you only live once, stuff like that. It's like, man, but fuck, once it's gone, man. And
Ding dong. School's in session. You are what you repeatedly do every day. So whatever you're doing is what you become. If excellence is something you're striving for, then it's not an accident. It's a habit. Preach.
Human beings in a mind.
This shit in here, the sweat, equity of life, when you do it in here, it produces, it dries, it forms a foundation of strength later. You won't get stronger playing it safe. You gotta have calculated risks in life to get the rewards. This time right now, where everything's just dying, this is when if you keep pushing and you stand up and you go for it, this moment, it makes it so hard to accept second place later.
Stop trying to learn from everybody else. Believe in yourself as enough of a reason to transform.
God, I feel good, man. Tired, yes, but that pulse of life, man, I never felt more alive. Mentally tough, physically drained, unstoppable. That's the life you want to live. That's the life you can live. That's the life you better start living. Greg Plitt members. Their body doesn't like to be hidden. It likes to be shown to the world. So come on in, let's show it off.